Hey friend, I'm Chuck Tate, and it's time for coffee and a book. And the book is 9 words from Jesus. Let's keep reading. One great big if. One of my favorite TV and streaming shows of all time is The Chosen, the multi-season series about the life of Jesus. When it comes to Christian programming, its writing, storytelling, acting, directing, casting, and cinematography are on another level, which is why it should come as no surprise that it's the largest crowdfunded media project in history. An episode in season 3 beautifully illustrates a story from Gospels Mark chapter 5 and Luke chapter 8 about the woman with the issue of blood. The Chosen gives her a name and highlights a potential backstory that helps emphasize the type of shame and rejection she most likely received as a result of her terrible disease. The scriptures tell us this woman had suffered from constant bleeding for 12 years and had spent all her money on doctors, but she had only grown worse. She was broken, battered, weary, and desperate for a breakthrough. But Jesus. Mark chapter 5, verses 27 through 29 tells us, she had heard about Jesus, so she came up behind him through the crowd and touched his robe. For she thought to herself, if I can just touch his robe, I will be healed. Immediately, the bleeding stopped, and she could feel in her body that she had been healed of her terrible condition. If this woman's story doesn't fuel your faith, I don't know what will. She thinks, I don't have to talk to him. I don't need him to pray for me. He doesn't need to lay hands on me. He doesn't even need to see me. If I can just touch him. No, if I can just touch the hem of his robe, I know I will be healed. And that's exactly what happened. Verse 29 goes on to say, immediately the bleeding stopped, and she could feel in her body that she had been healed of her terrible condition. This got Jesus' attention. Jesus realized at once the healing power had gone out from him, so he turned around in the crowd and asked, who touched me? His disciples were flabbergasted. They were like, Jesus, you're in the middle of a crowd. Everyone is touching you. He knew somebody had touched him with faith. And after calling her out, here's what he said. Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. Your suffering is over. This woman's if was more than a subordinating conjunction. It was a monumental declaration of faith. Like Bartimaeus, she rose above the resistance to seize her moment. Are you ready to seize yours?